Good morning. I'm a little agitated right now. It's not about anybody. It's just how they try to do the kids here on this planet. Try to condition them. I'm going to go back to helping you understand what it means taking the energy that is given to you spiritually, energy, frequency, vibration, and then taking that and putting it into something as a form of a symbol or a sigil, which is spellcasting and witchcraft, which is also evil. So, taking, let's say, understanding your own energy, frequency, and vibration is what you are. So, being from the Father and created after Him, you have the energy and the power and ability to create your day. You know what I mean by this. But yet, let me explain sigils and symbols. Yet, if you take your energy and then try to infuse it into a symbol. So, let's say like this. Let's say that I take and I draw a sigil, okay? Okay? Now, I can say some energetic incantations into that sigil to impute some sort of power to it. It's the same thing that people do with voodoo and such like that. This is witchcraft. This is informal type of spiritual energy. It's incorrect. Yeshua clearly explained that a house divided shall not stand. So, what that means is, if Yeshua, like I said, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do some work here. If Yeshua told the disciples, a house divided shall not stand, what does that mean? That means that inside you, the temple, you cannot serve two gods. This is why your faith and your prayers and stuff aren't effective. Because you are serving two gods. You have to serve the one God, as Yeshua said. For Yeshua said, how can Satan cast out Satan? Think about that on a deeper level, okay? So you have your power that you transmuted into a symbol, and I'm going to use a star. So in one representation, this star you could say is a star in the sky, or a star for, let's use the Dallas Cowboys football team. Right, so now, out of people not knowing how these symbols and everything work in this world, because we're in a world trapped by an evil entity here. We're put here by the Father, but yet the world is controlled by an evilness. So, taking that information, how can Satan cast out his own self? That would be fighting his own self, which you cannot do. Okay? Many people seem to think by taking these little sigils and drawing and inputting some sort of power into them that they have this great essence of understanding, but it's not true, because see, that energy is actually from the Father, energy, frequency, vibration. You can choose to do good or evil. It's up to you. Anything is white and black. But when you take and transmute your power into a sigil like that, you're basically giving that right into the evil of the world. Okay, so you have to get rid of these false gods, these false idols and things that you worship, you put your energy into. It'd be no different than if I followed after the football, which I gave that up years ago. Because it was false idol, false representation. The only person that you should be following and understanding is the Christ. That's the whole purpose. But taking a what you're doing is taking and inputting energy into, now what you've done is created a spell, and now what you've done is created a false God or a false idol in its own representation of itself, because you imputed that into it. You energized it with it. So it's not going to... It's going to have some energy, but it won't be true energy. And again, I'm sorry I can't give you all the aspects of spirituality in its form. It's hard to identify. It's hard to explain using mere words. You have to really live it to experience it. And the only way that you're really going to get in there and to have power and effective through prayer is if you remove all these false gods from you. Okay, that means if you believe that these politicians are doing something for you, that's a false god, false idol. Look at how you worship them. How many people sat here and lost their minds over this election that just happened? That's what I'm referring to, see? And I realize picking up that cross and dying to the world means you got to die to every bit of it. I've only got a few things left in myself. I'm battling smoking and drinking a little bit. Okay, so I'm trying to get rid of those myself, you see, to get all the way clean and pure so I can receive more of this power that's been coming to me. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean it in a good way. Because I know I'm supposed to receive this. And I'm wanting all of you to have the same. But you won't if you keep putting your focus into these false things, these falsifications. Think of it this way. If Father is love, creation, caring, sharing, all these good aspects of life that you wish to receive and have and show, but yet the devil is exact opposite, steal, kill, destroy, that's discernment, everybody. It's not hard to use it. All you have to do is ask yourself the 3 questions. Does it steal, kill, destroy? Is it love, caring, and sharing? Or love, caring, and emotion, feelings? Okay, if it's good, if it's bad, it's bad. So when I see people that say on Facebook, will you pray for me? Yes, prayer is effective, but it has to be effective. Prayer is good, but it has to be effectively done. In other words, you could pray for someone, but if you're not praying effectively and identifying the actual self in prayer or the actual the reason for prayer, then it's not effective. Not only that, you yourself, given by the Father, have the energy to heal yourself. To anything, basically. But if you're taking that and following false things, you're never going to reach its full potential. It's just not going to happen. Something that Father told me recently. And that's why I'm working on removing the rest of my impurities as well. So, you can't take something of the Father thinking that you can put it into this neat little sigil and it's going to be okay, because that's basically fighting itself, 2 houses divided. Those of you that put all your attention into these false idols, whether it be football, I don't care what it is, any of it, it's all false. It's all they're unreal. You started putting your energy there, and that's where you begin to get lost, because you're not realizing what you really are, and instead you are falling trap to what exactly the devil and the evil want you to do, which is use your energy for their purpose. The more of your God-given energy, this Father's energy that you instill into this worldly bull crap and falseness, the invert of it. Look up the word inverted, inversion, and you'll see what I mean. All this falseness that's going on just leads to show where we are. And many of you have not realized it because it's magic. Remember I spoke to you about magic and magic? Okay, it's a form of magic and magic. Okay? You got to be able to identify which one is which, or you're going to find yourself following after false gods and false idols, false prophets. Just like with your politicians, just like with your football players, just like with your basketball players, just like with your MMA fighters. These are all representations of false idols. I don't care what it is. You can say, this rock is your God. That becomes a false idol. Okay? I could put all my energy into a vehicle. False idol. Your energy source is given to you for creative aspects. If you are creating darkness, you're going to receive that. If you're creating love in aspects of the Father, you'll receive that. That's why this do unto others as you would have them do unto you fits. So, when you think that the energy given to you by the Father is easily used for spell casting, you are doing the work of evil. Come out of that evil, people. Love y'all. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to probably be putting on a lot more messages. I have a lot of information coming to me. And I'm seeing things on a much, much deeper level. And I have a lot of my own things that I have to take care of here that's going on around me. And my own battles. Love y'all. Stand strong in the Father. Learn to pick up your cross. Learn to get rid of the things of this world, the false idols especially. To break free and really have power in prayer, you've got to have nothing but focus on the Father. I can have 400,000 people pray for me, but if I don't believe it myself, if I myself do not believe, it's ineffective. Listen to me clearly. 400 people, everybody on the planet can pray for you. It's a lot of power put into that, right? We know that there's power when people come together and pray and meditate and focus on one aspect of something. Yet, if I myself do not believe, if I myself, and that's where that choice comes, if I myself do not choose it, it's not going to change. If nothing changes, nothing changes. All right, love y'all. Like I said, these are going to get deeper, and I'm going to try to explain them best I can. I got some things I got to do today. Y'all be prepared for what's coming next. Stay in the Father. Get rid of those false idols. I don't care if it's football, your car, your shoes, whatever it may be. Those are trash.